As we kick off the new year, seniors should keep in mind that myths about aging might hinder their ability to make good decisions sometimes. Now, what are those myths? Well, aging expert Anthony Cirillo is here to go help us deal with all these different myths.
Yes,
this is really important because there's a lot of myths around health for as you get older. And I want to start with the very first one, dementia.
Right. So I categorize things as it's inevitable. So this is the inevitable category. It's inevitable I'm going to get dementia is a myth because dementia is not a normal part of aging, right? You will certainly increase your chances of getting dementia as you grow older because all of your health conditions are going to slightly worsen as you get older. But it's not necessarily you're going to get dementia. There is forgetfulness. We all have forgetfulness. So, you know, if you think it's going beyond a certain point, yes, see a doctor. But then the corollary to that is my grandmother had Alzheimer's, I'm going to get Alzheimer's. And yeah. Yes,
my grandmother did, and I think, okay, am I going to get Alzheimer's as well?
Right, but you can do that with any disease. My dad died of leukemia when he was 49. I stressed whether I was going to make it to 50. So the thing is, with Alzheimer's, with any of these, if there is a family history, you may have some genes that predispose you to some of these things. So absolutely you should get checked out. Of course, I'm not a doctor, so I qualify that. But the other thing is we're finding out more and more there's so many lifestyle factors that we can control. Diet and exercise. You know, we talk about New Year's and resolutions. You know, all of those things can help modify and decrease your risks of getting these. Even if you have a family predisposition for this, you can help yourself to at least stave it off, even if maybe it is inevitable because of your family history and genes, but you certainly can get that checked out.
Okay, as a senior, here it is. I have to give up driving.
Well, we've done segments on driving on this program before, and that's a myth as well, because there are more people who are 65 plus who are driving. And the main thing with this one is not age, it's ability. So that's the thing. You need to be able to, you know, people go home once a year for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of a sudden they drive with mom or dad and they're noticing things. Well, okay, that's fine. But if you're not there every day, you don't know if this is a continuous pattern, if it's maybe their eyeglasses have to get checked out, their eyes have to be checked out or something like that, as opposed to get them off the road, that kind of thing. So it's really about your ability, and that's something that a doctor can determine as well as family members. But you know, if the person's driving, my wife has a friend she plays bridge with. She's 96 years old. She's driving everywhere.
Wow. And
my mother was 95 when she passed, and she probably stopped driving in her 80s. But she would compensate. She would make all right turns to get somewhere.
That's pretty good.
That was genius. So no, it doesn't mean. Now, of course, the young people viewing this is like, get those people off the road. No, but they're probably safer drivers than some of the younger folks.
So it's ability, not
ability,
age.
Exactly.
Also, as I get older, I'm going to be depressed and maybe lonely.
Well, we know that social isolation is a huge factor, and there are like 36% of people 55 and over, and especially women 75 are socially isolated. That doesn't mean you have to be depressed or and live your life with this idea that I'm alone, therefore my life is diminished, because you have a lifelong history of memories and social connections, and hopefully you still have those social connections. So the key is to keep those social connections going, even if you're living alone, because social connections and friendships are key to everything. I mean, I'm finding that as we get older in our lives, having different kind of groups of friends that we get together with. Even during COVID, we got together, we did Zoom together. We even played cards together during COVID, that thing. That is life enriching, because families are not always living close by. Like, my families, our grandkids are all over the place. So it's not like before when I was growing up in Philly where everybody was around the corner, and so you had the family social connection.
Yes.
So you really do need, and again, if you're socially isolated and you have a disability that you can't get out, then people in the community need to step up and come spend time with you, because you can beat this idea of social isolation leading to depression if you just surround yourself by good friends, and the community make sure that they go help those other friends.
Here it is. You don't have to live in fear, not at all. The website?
www.theagingexperience.com.
The Aging Experience. You don't have to live in fear. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.